Ben Wise here. Today I want to talk about one of our benchmark fitness tests. This is 100 bar facing burpees 4 times. It's probably one of the favorite tests that I give to athletes just because it's like, how bad do you want it? Like, it's gonna hurt either way. You can pick it up just a little bit quicker. And that's one of the reasons why I like this. There's a lot more nuanced things that I'm actually looking for within this, but that's one of them, is just seeing what your grit is like when stuff is hard. Yeah, because it's a challenging test, no doubt. So the way that I would approach it mentally, first of all, if I'm trying to actually be helpful, is saying like, I would chunk this workout where you think of it as maybe like an EMOM, where it's like, okay, I want to do 13 burpees on the minute. That'll kind of get me to my projected end pace. And that's much more doable to think, okay, every minute for 10 minutes, I'm going to hit this many burpees, versus trying to like say like, okay, I'm just going to go out for 100 in a row. Thinking about that will help you actually pace it correctly, number one, but then number two, be like more mentally engaged in the process and not let yourself like be like, oh my gosh, it's so many, and let it kind of get to your head, get into your head a little bit more. So besides that, I would say know what your capacity currently is and try to mimic or kind of marry your capacity with a technique that's gonna make sense for you, right? So there's lots of different variations that you can do within a bar facing burpee. Pick a sustainable variation that you know is gonna last for 100 reps consistently, and then be methodical and precise about what you do with your feet, where you put your hands, how you step up, how far your head is from the bar. All those little things need to be dialed in a test like this, because they will make a difference over the course of 100 reps. You know, putting your head 6 inches from the bar versus a foot from the bar over the course of 100 reps is huge, right? You have to think about this a little bit more detailed because it, again, is so many reps. So thinking about it that way helps you kind of be a little bit more strategic about how you go about it. The actual, results from this test, what I'm going to be looking at as your coach, like the sort of the why behind this is seeing what your density is in terms of cycle speed per rep. So that's usually what I boil this down to, is looking at how long is it taking you on average to do a rep across this test. And it's really simple. You take the time in seconds and divide it by 100. So for a games level athlete, if we start there, they're gonna be doing this in probably sub 3 seconds per rep, where it's just like, imagine almost the fastest pace you can do a burpee, and then just continuing that the entire time. So that'd be like sub 5 minutes. And I would say I'm pretty confident that most games athletes can do that. Even the ones that are lifting big weights and stuff. I would say anywhere from like maybe 5 to 5.5 minutes for a, semifinals level athlete, sort of like that sub elite would be, 5 to 5:30. Like I said, that would be 3 to 3.3 seconds per rep. So still very quick. And really that's sort of like the cutoff. I would say if you can hold in like something like 20.1, which was 10 rounds of 8 ground overhead, 10 bar facing burpees. So 100 total and combined with other things. They were like right around, 3.2 to 3.4 seconds a rep for like a lot of the sanctional level athletes, semifinal level athletes. So that's sort of a really good goal for a lot of higher level competitors, is getting closer to that 3 seconds per rep range. A quarter final level athlete, there's a little bit more variance now, because that's, again, it's a big, like the top 10%, there's a lot of variation there. I would say anything from 3.4 to 4.2 seconds a rep, which would be like 5:30 to 7 minutes, somewhere in that range, would be perfectly acceptable for a quarterfinals level athlete. And then like, 7 to maybe 8:20-ish range is anywhere from 4.2 to 5 seconds a rep. Is more of an open level athlete. And if you're above 5 seconds a rep, I would consider you to be a little bit more of a novice, at least in this specific movement, or maybe in energy systems training or some other aspect, right? At least in this particular sense, you're a novice. So yeah, that's how I would think about this bar facing burpee test. Best of luck on it.